Cape Cod Broadcasting weaves the listening environments of 99.9 WQRC, Ocean 104.7, WFCC Classical 107.5, Cape Country 104, and CapeCon.com's website experience to reflect the lifestyles of the people who live, work, and play on Cape Cod. We hope that you enjoy this podcast.
I'm Justin Saunders, and this is Sunday Journal. I'm here in the studio with Larry Lyford, Director of Sales and Marketing for Thirwood Place. Thank you for being here today, Larry.
Thank you.
So let's start off by talking about an upcoming community-based educational event that's being hosted at Thirwood Place. That's the Low Vision Summit for Seniors, which takes place next month on May the 20th. Larry, could you tell us, some of our listeners about the event?
Oh, sure. Well, we at Thirwood Place thought it would be a great idea to offer some educational and resource options for seniors, specifically living on Cape Cod with low or impaired vision. And the event kind of coincides with our 20th anniversary of our low vision program at Thirwood Place. So we thought this would be a great way to offer seniors, family members, caregivers, and even professionals on Cape Cod with some of the upcoming information about low vision and how best to deal with it. So we've lined up 5 wonderful speakers, and I think it's going to be very informative.
Is this the first time that this event has been held?
It sure is. There are other events occasionally on Cape Cod, but this is really going to be a wonderful event, pulling in folks from the Boston area and Cape Cod to talk about low vision issues and specifically to help the folks on Cape Cod, which is nice.
Larry, how popular of an event is this?
This is going to be, I think, hugely popular. Given the stats on Cape Cod that, we've got an aging population. Nationally, the folks with low or impaired vision, or actually folks who are even blind, I want to say there are about 2 million folks nationally who are blind. And studies suggest that number is going to double within 15 years. So I think, on Cape Cod especially, we're going to see that number, of course, double too. And I don't think people know what kind of resources are available to them on the Cape. So this is going to be huge. And if all goes well, and I'm sure it will because we've gotten a lot of excellent buzz about the event, I think it's going to be an annual event each year.
So speaking a little bit about those numbers, and given the Cape's older population, how important is it to host an event like this?
I think it's going to be just a wonderful thing, and Thirwood Place specifically has been on the forefront of offering a senior living community and specifically a low vision program. So we've kind of identified that this is something that folks are going to have to deal with in the future, and we're one of only less than a handful in the country that offer a program like this. So it's I think specifically on the Cape, people don't really know where to go or what to do. They're dealing with eye impairments, and I don't think they know what kind of services are available. So it's going to be an excellent event.
Given those kind of services that are available on the Cape, where do most seniors, from what you know of, where do they go to get those services? Yeah,
well, there's a nonprofit called Sight Loss Services, which operates out of Dennis, and they help people with low or impaired vision. Specifically, they help people with adaptive aids. They have a support group, and actually the executive director, Cynthia Stead, will be one of our speakers at the summit, and she'll be talking about where people can go to, get some help. Sight Loss Services, for instance, has self-help support groups. They help folks with adaptive aids, information and referrals. They focus on education and awareness of what kinds of services are out there for people. And they have a mass of volunteers that help folks with low or impaired vision get to their support groups. They have support groups all over the Cape. And So that's a wonderful resource. Places like Elder Services on Cape Cod can also give folks information. And then, of course, for folks who are legally blind, and that's, I believe, classified as vision of 2200, can also use resources like the Mass Association for the Blind and the Perkins Library for all kinds of wonderful materials for audiobooks and that kind of stuff.
Let's talk a little bit about eye diseases for a minute. Unfortunately, it's common with the Cape's aging population. How will this summit help those that have eye diseases or macular degeneration?
Well, we've got a speaker from Ophthalmic Consultants of Boston, Dr. Englander, who specializes in macular degeneration. So she'll be talking about some therapies and that kind of stuff. But, there are, 4 major sort of eye diseases, macular being one of them. Diabetic retinopathy is another, of course, glaucoma, and I'm drawing a blank on the 4th. But the speakers that we've got lined up for the event will be talking about different eye impairments and what kind of things are up and coming. And we also work with a Dr. Salvo who works at Thirwood Place a couple of times a month. She has office hours there, but she's a low vision doctor, so she helps folks utilize what kind of vision they have left. So she also works with occupational therapists, and she does a low vision exam, and the exam touches on things, what kind of eyesight the person may have left, where they can see peripheral vision versus straight-on vision, and so she puts a little bit of a different twist on the eye doctor kind of experience. So she helps folks with their remaining vision, and takes all kinds of insurances. And many folks don't realize that they can see a low vision doctor, and their insurance will probably cover it.
I'm Justin Saunders, and this is Sunday Journal. I'm talking with Larry Lyford about the upcoming Low Vision Summit for seniors that's taking place on May the 20th at Thirwood Place in South Yarmouth. Larry, what are you hoping that those that are attending the summit are able to take away from the event?
Yeah, well, we're hoping we're hoping for wonderful attendance, and it is free and open to the public, and folks can get more information on the Thirwood Place website. But we're hoping they walk away listening to the 5 different speakers that we have. We've asked each speaker to give the audience 5 takeaways from their talk, and so we're hoping that they're more educated about the resources on the Cape that are available to them, and even off Cape. Certainly with the Mass Association for the Blind and the Perkins Library, the Perkins School, and then the other resources here on the Cape. So it's really an informative, educational event that we hope people will walk away from this event saying, wow, now I know where to go to get the help I need.
Larry, why was Thirwood Place chosen as the venue to host the summit?
Well, like I said earlier, the event kind of coincides with our year anniversary of offering low vision services to seniors on the Cape, and specifically residents of Thirwood Place. But so we've been sort of pioneers in this endeavor moving forward for seniors with low vision, and specifically in our region. So we've kind of been leaders, so I think organizing this, and we saw the need for it, and speakers quickly jumped on board, knowing that it's going to be a very important event to get information out to folks on the Cape.
And Larry, I know that when we had talked about earlier, you had talked about some organizations that are participating in the summit.
Yeah.
What other organizations have come forward to participate in the event?
Yeah. So I'll just review the 5 different speakers that we have. We have Dr. Salvo, who is a low vision specialist, works here on the Cape, and she works off Cape in the Wellesley area. And we've got Cynthia Stead, who is the Executive Director for Sight Loss Services in Dennis. Dr. Miriam Englander with Ophthalmology Consultants of Boston. We have Sean Kinsella coming down. He's the statewide director for the Mass Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. And we also have Debbie King, who works for the Perkins Library. She's the library outreach coordinator. And so she'll be talking about all the services provided by the library and who can be served by the library and how things can be distributed to folks with audio-described DVDs, audio books on tape, which is now a digital process. And so there's a ton of resources available to people. But we've got some excellent speakers. Like I said, they were quick to jump on board for this cause.
Just to reiterate for our listeners, this event is May the 20th at Thirwood Place. It's free to the public as well. And what are the times that it goes for?
Yeah, so we're going to start with registration or check-in at around 9:30. We'll be offering a continental breakfast. And then the program itself will go from roughly 10 a.m. to noon. And we'll have the speakers available at noon when the program ends for questions and answers and that kind of thing. And the other kind of neat thing we'll have, too, is Cynthia from Sight Loss Services will have all kinds of adaptive aids for people to look at and, see what they kind of like or what would be helpful in their lives. So we'll have an actual apartment set up with some wonderful adaptive aids, talking microwaves and talking thermostats, all kinds of optical magnifiers. There's so many products on the market right now, and Cynthia will bring a pretty good sampling of things that people can touch and feel and see what they like.
Now, Larry, looking ahead to the future and hoping that this event is successful, is this going to be a monthly or annual summit?
It's going to be an annual summit, and the next time that we have it, and probably be May of 2016, we'll mix up the speakers too, just so that it's fresh and new, and folks who might have attended this year will want to attend the next year.
And we've talked a little bit about, what you're hoping that people are able to take away from the event. What are you hoping yourself to take away from the event?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that we raise awareness here on the Cape for the resources that are available to seniors living on the Cape, specifically seniors with lower impaired vision. Thirwood jumps into this, we don't take things lightly. We've jumped into this, head first, and I'm very excited to be able to educate the public and to show them, what's available not only in the community but also at Thirwood Place, that there is a place for independent living and assisted living for seniors with lower impaired vision.
And Larry, we only have a couple minutes left in our discussion on the Low Vision Summit for seniors coming up next month. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about Thirwood Place. Like I said, we've started our low vision program about a year ago, and we have apartments which are outfitted with all kinds of wonderful adaptive aids to make life easy. But more importantly, all of our staff, from a dishwasher to a nurse or a CNA to a activities coordinator and the dining staff, have all been trained on working with seniors with low vision. And it's really the service that we provide which sets us apart. And it's been a wonderful year, and the folks at Thirwood Place have really enjoyed what we've provided to them. We do offer a monthly support group, not only for our residents but for folks in the community. They're more than welcome to stop by and join the support group. And we're just excited to be doing this and to get the resources out to the community, and it's going to be a great event, and we're definitely very happy to be hosting.
Larry, for our listeners who are listening, how can they reach out to you guys at Thirwood Place?
Yeah, so they can, the event itself will be at Thirwood Place. It's at 237 North Main Street in South Yarmouth. And they can visit our website at thirwoodplace.com. We'll have information very soon about the summit and the speakers on the website. And they can also call us at 508-398 800-398-8006. More than welcome to help answer any questions if they have questions about the summit. Who should attend? Definitely seniors with lower impaired vision, caregivers, family members of seniors with lower impaired vision, and eye professionals on the Cape are also encouraged to attend.
And you guys are always open, ready to take phone calls?
Absolutely. Yep. We've got that number that I gave out, 508-398-8006. Someone will answer that just about 24 hours a day. Certainly, during the day, they can speak to me, too, and be happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Larry. I really appreciate it. Again, Larry Lyford is Director of Sales and Marketing with Thirwood Place. Thank you for being here with me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, though. I'm Justin Saunders, and this is Sunday Journal.
This podcast is a presentation of Cape Cod Broadcasting, which is solely responsible for its content. Thank you for listening. For more information, please visit us at capecodbroadcasting.com.